Hi, and welcome to Focus on English.
This is a calm English podcast for listening and real conversations.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Deep Dive. We are so glad you were here with us.
We are.
Today, we're tackling something that looks super simple on the surface, but is actually, well, it's kind of the engine room of the English language.
It really is. And I know. Usually when we say the word grammar, there's this collective groan across the world.
Oh, yeah.
People just instantly think of high school charts and verb drills and, memorizing lists until your eyes glaze over.
But that's not what this is about.
No, the research we're looking at today suggests we've been looking at this all wrong.
Completely wrong. We aren't talking about memorizing tables. We're talking about, the soul of the language. Why a native speaker chooses one specific timeline over another to convey a feeling, not just a fact. Because, let's be honest, English tenses are weird.
They are so weird. And today we're really honing in on the two heavyweights that cause the most confusion. I'm talking about present simple and present perfect. It's the ultimate showdown. And what struck me going through the research is how much these two tenses seem to fight for the same territory.
Right.
They both deal with the now in some way, but they mean completely different things.
They do. In so many other languages, these ideas are just, rolled into one verb form. You just say, I do or I did.
But English makes you choose.
It demands you make a choice.
Yeah.
And that choice, it tells the listener who you are, what you value, and how you see time. It's actually kind of philosophical when you dig into it.
I love that. Grammar as philosophy. So, okay, let's get into the first contender, present simple. Now, the first thing that jumps out is the name itself, present simple. It is a terrible piece of branding.
It is so misleading, isn't it?
Totally.
When you hear present, you think
Yeah.
right now and think of this exact second. But if I say I drive a car, I'm not driving right now.
Right. If you were, you'd say I am driving.
Yeah.
The continuous.
So, if present simple isn't about this exact second, what's its core function? The source material calls it the tense of permanence.
That is the key word, permanence. I'd almost rename it the fact and routine tense.
Okay, I like that.
It's for things that are just generally true, habits, or, unchangeable realities. It's the tense of stability.
So the classic examples like, I go to school every day, or I drink coffee in the morning.
Right. And think about the psychology of that sentence, I drink coffee. You're not describing the action of, lifting a mug to your face.
Yeah.
You're stating a fact about your identity. You're saying, I am a coffee drinker. It was true yesterday, it's true today, and it'll probably be true tomorrow. It's a box you live in.
And it's for universal truths, too, right? The sun rises in the east.
Precisely. Or the earth orbits the sun. These aren't temporary states. They're the laws of the universe. They're unshakable.
Okay, so that's the baseline, habits and facts. But I found the other cases, the sort of weird ones, really fascinating.
You thinking of the recipes?
Yes, the recipes. I never noticed this before, but if you open a cookbook, it doesn't say you are mixing the flour. It says...
We mix flour and eggs. We add a pinch of sugar.
Yeah, why?
It's a really subtle thing. It treats the recipe like a sequence of unchangeable steps. It's almost ritualistic. First we do X, then we do Y. It makes it sound like a law.
More authoritative. And there was another one that I think you hear constantly without even realizing it, sports commentary.
Oh, this is such a great quirk of English. It's all about speed.
Right, because if you're watching a football match, the action is so fast. If the commentator tried to say he is passing the ball, the play is already over.
Exactly. The continuous tense is too long, it drags, so they switch to present simple to mimic the speed. The forward takes the ball, he shoots, he misses.
Bam, 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 takes, shoots, misses. It feels like a series of rapid-fire facts. It's incredibly efficient.
It creates immediacy, and that links directly to the third weird use case, newspaper headlines.
Amazon receives patent.
President signs bill. Even though the event happened yesterday, logically it should be past tense, Amazon received.
But they use present simple.
They do. To drag the event out of the past and shove it into your face in the now, it makes the news feel fresh. It's marketing, basically.
So present simple is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Habits, truths, instructions, commentary, headlines. It's the tense of, this is how the world is.
That's a great summary. This is how the world is.
Yeah.
But, and we have to mention this because it's the #1 error, there's a trap.
The he work versus he works trap.
The third person singular S. It's amazing how such a tiny sound can just destroy your credibility. You can have a PhD, but if you say the sun rise in the east without that S,
You immediately sound like a beginner.
you do. It's muscle memory, isn't it? You just have to drill it until it feels wrong to leave it off.
Okay, so we've established the fact tense.
Yeah.
Now, let's move to the one that gives people nightmares. The present perfect.
A bridge.
The bridge. I love that visual. Because structurally, it's easy. Have or has, plus the verb, I have eaten, she has finished. Easy to build.
It's so hard to use.
Why?
It's hard because it requires a shift in perspective. The present perfect is not about when something happened. It's about the connection between the past and the present.
Okay, let's break that down. Connection. The source used the lost keys example, which is perfect.
It is. So imagine you're at your front door, it's raining, you pat your pockets, nothing. You turn to your friend, what do you say?
Well, normally I just scream. But grammatically, if I say, I lost my keys, that's past simple.
Right. I lost my keys is a story. It puts the event in past history. I lost my keys, but then I found them. It feels finished, closed.
But if I say, I have lost my keys,
Then you are declaring a current state of emergency. I have lost them, and they are still lost right now. The result of the past action is slapping you in the face.
you're locked out. That's the bridge. The action happened in the past, but the consequence is walking across that bridge to the present.
Exactly. And this is why it's so important. If you tell me I have lost my keys, I'm going to help you look for them. If you say I lost my keys, I might just say, oh, that sucks, and assume the problem is over.
That's a crucial difference. And the other big use case is life experience, right? The life resume.
Yes. This is when the specific time doesn't matter at all. You're just checking a box on the list of things you've done. I have been to England. I have seen Star Wars.
It's part of your identity. I am a person who has seen Star Wars.
Exactly. And notice, we don't say when. The moment you add the time, you break the spell. But we'll get to that trap later.
Before we do, I want to clear up something that drives me crazy. Have been versus have gone.
Oh, a classic. She has been to Madrid versus she has gone to Madrid.
Yes, they sound so similar.
They do, but the person's location is totally different. Think about the bridge again. If I say she has gone to Madrid, where is she right now?
She's in Madrid.
Yes, or on her way. The point is, she's not here. She left and she hasn't come back yet.
Okay, but if I say she has been to Madrid,
that means the trip is complete. She went, she came back, she's here now, and she possesses the experience of Madrid.
so gone means away and been means back.
Got it. And you also have those little signal words, right? The flashing lights that tell you to use present perfect.
Oh yeah, just already, yet.
Your best friends, I have just finished, I have already seen it, have you eaten yet? They all scream for present perfect because they're all about that connection to now.
Okay, so we have the players. Present simple is the fact tense. Present perfect is the bridge tense. But I think the only way to really get this is to see them fight it out.
A tense showdown.
A showdown. Let's take one situation and see how the meaning changes. The research had a great one about work.
Okay.
So, scenario A, you're at a networking event, you say, I work at Google. Present simple.
I work at Google. That's a statement of fact. It's your title. It's your current permanent-ish status. The focus is on what you do.
Okay. Scenario B, same person, same job. But they say, I have worked at Google for 10 years. Present perfect.
Now the spotlight just completely shifts. You aren't just saying, I'm an employee. You're building a bridge from your start date 10 years ago all the way to this conversation. Yeah. You're emphasizing the duration.
So, I work answers, what do you do? And I have worked answers, how long have you been doing it?
Precisely. And notice, you can't really say, I work here for 10 years. That's a super common mistake. If you bring in the duration, for 10 years, you must use the perfect tense to hold that span of time.
That's a great rule of thumb. Duration needs the path. Perfect. Let's do one more, the taste test.
Okay, lay it on me.
The steak tastes good.
Present simple. It's a general truth about the meat, a fact, an opinion, a review.
Versus, the chef has tasted the steak.
Present perfect. The action is finished, but it has a result. He took a bite, it's over, and now in the present, he knows if it needs salt. The tasting is done, but the knowledge remains.
And just to complete it, if I said, the chef is tasting the steak.
Present continuous. He's chewing right now. Don't bother him.
It's amazing how visual it is. You change the verb, and the whole movie in your head changes.
That's what fluency really is. It's about directing that movie in the listener's mind.
Now we have to talk about the elephant in the room, the specific time trap. This is the big one.
This is the number one mistake I hear, even from really advanced speakers. It's that urge to mix present perfect with a specific past time.
Like, I have seen that movie yesterday.
Wincing.
Oh.
Yeah, that one hurts my ears.
It sounds so formal and proper, though. Why is it wrong?
Because you're mixing oil and water. Remember, present perfect is a bridge to the now.
Right.
The word yesterday cuts that bridge. Yesterday is a closed box. It's over. It has no connection to now. You can't have a bridge to a closed box.
That is a brilliant way to visualize it. So the moment I decide to say yesterday or last week or in 2010,
you're forced to drop the have. You must switch to past simple. I saw that movie yesterday. The time marker is the boss.
but if I delete the time,
Then the bridge is open again. I have seen that movie. As long as you don't answer the question, when, you are safe.
so the rule is, if there's a timestamp, burn the bridge.
Yeah.
Use the past.
Exactly.
This actually clears up so much. It's not random. It's logical.
It is. And once you see the logic, you can stop translating and start thinking in English concepts.
Speaking of thinking in English, we are going to take a very short break. When we come back, we're going to look at how to actually practice this so it sticks.
It's the skipping fun rule. You don't want to miss it.
And really quickly, if you're listening to this and nodding, thinking finally someone is explaining this simply, maybe consider subscribing to the deep dive. We love turning these complex topics into actual conversation. Stick around. And we are back on the deep dives. We've covered the fact tense, the bridge tense, and we've seen them battle it out.
We have.
But knowing the theory is one thing. Getting your mouth to actually produce these sentences in real time, that's another thing entirely.
It is. And this brings us to the research on learning strategies. There's a critical error most adult learners make. They call it skipping fun.
Which sounds like a life philosophy, but in language learning, it's deadly. We think if we aren't suffering over a textbook, we aren't learning.
Right. But the research argues you need to see these tenses in the wild, in their natural habitat, and their suggestion is surprisingly simple. Sitcoms and interviews.
Not just watching them, but hunting in them.
Exactly. Active watching. Sitcoms like Friends or The Office are gold mines for this. The dialogue is all about everyday life. People arguing about routines, present simple.
Right, and people complaining about what someone just did, present perfect.
Yeah, I can just imagine watching an episode and listening for the have yous. Have you done the report? Have you seen Jim?
It trains your ear. When a character screams, "What have you done?" That's present perfect. They're not asking about the past. They're screaming about the current mess on the floor.
Exactly. What have you done means look at this disaster right now. Whereas what did you do sounds more like a police interrogation about yesterday.
So different. The research also mentioned a rule for practice, the 50-50 split.
Ah, yes, the consumer versus producer problem. Most of us consume 90% of the time podcasts like this, YouTube, reading.
And then we only produce, speak, or write about 10% of the time.
And that's why you can understand everything, but then you choke when you try to speak. You have to build the muscle. The advice is, for every 10 minutes you listen to us, you need to spend 10 minutes outputting.
But what if you don't have a speaking partner? That's the barrier for so many people.
Talk to yourself. I'm serious. The source literally suggests talking to yourself in the mirror and not just mumbling. Be dramatic.
I love that. Stand in front of the mirror and declare, "I have understood the present perfect."
I have conquered grammar.
Or practice your present. Simple facts. I am a legend. I listen to the deep dive.
By saying it aloud, you're physically connecting the neural pathways. It sounds silly, but it works.
So, okay, let's recap the golden rules one last time before we send everyone off to talk to their mirrors.
Okay. Rule 1. Present simple is for facts and routines, things that are just true. I work here. The sun rises.
Rule 2. Present perfect is the bridge. It connects a past action to now. It's for results like I have lost my keys and life experiences, I have been to Paris.
And rule 3, the trap.
The big one.
The trap. If you use a specific time marker like yesterday or last week, you must cut the bridge. You have to use past simple. I saw it yesterday, not I have seen it yesterday.
If you remember nothing else, remember that one. Don't break the timeline.
Please don't.
So here's your provocative thought to take away.
Yeah.
We often think of grammar as rules we have to obey. But what if you thought of it as a set of tools to manipulate how people see you?
Oh, I like that.
If you want to sound experienced and seasoned, you use the present perfect. I have managed teams. If you want to sound grounded and reliable, you use the present simple. I have managed teams.
You're not just picking a verb, you're picking a persona.
That's the soul of the tense we talked about at the beginning. It empowers you to paint the picture you want.
It really does.
So go out there, consume some sitcoms, produce some sentences in the mirror, and start choosing your persona. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
See you next time.
Thank you for listening. If this podcast helps you practice English, feel free to subscribe. See you next time.